Hello, this is Bill Clodsey. Welcome to a Guilds of Ravnica draft, where we open the Chase Mythic Doom Whisperer, the 5-mana 6/6 flying trample, with the drawback that you have to pay 2 life every time you want to surveil 2. Oh wait, that's not a drawback. Yeah, easy pick here. Hopefully we'll get to play this and go nuts with it. What else is there? Chemister's Insight is a very nice one. Already it's Inspiration, which is pretty good, but then Jumpstart, you just get to replace any card for the rest of the game with 2 more cards from your deck. That's nice. At the commons, well, okay, another good uncommon, Foil Rock Charger. Then at uncommons we have Capture Sphere, Burglar Rat, Blade Instructor, Guildgate, and Disappearance being like the ones you'd be interested in. Fortunately, we don't have to worry about those low tier cards that aren't any good. We can take the good stuff. Doom Whisperer. And then, what do we take? I really like Ocarina Assassin. I feel like the most powerful deck you could put Doom Whisperer in is a big control deck, but the best card for that would be Unexplained Disappearance here, which might be okay. And then there's Dimir Guildgate to help with the mana. Ocarina Assassin is solid, and the Surveil 2 here means you can fill up your graveyard with like bad creatures and then put a good creature on top by the time you want to get there. Just surveilling away lands too. A tough one. Yeah, I'll take Ocarina Assassin. It's definitely the highest payoff card here, even if we don't end up going into that deck. We could go into Obzon, make a funny Obzon control deck with like Peacemakers and Doom Whisperers. That sounds okay. Otherwise, there is Disdainful Stroke and Muse Drake. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I like these Peacemakers, but I don't even like them that much in Selesnya. I do like them when we have, a very powerful late game and things to spend life on. So, all right, starting off strong. Healer's Hawk, another pretty good early play if you're doing this. Ladev Champion is also decent, but I'm going to pick up Golgari Guildgate to make sure something like this can work. If we're in 3 colors, I'm not worried about getting enough playables. Ladev Champion's not that impressive. It takes a lot of mana to make 1 soldier, and that might not be enough to win. So let's just get a consistent deck here, if at all possible. Child of Night, decent. Generous Stray, pretty decent, especially in Golgari. But maybe we can jump ship here and take Dimir Guildgate to make sure that our Doom Whisperer is playable, even if we end up in a different deck. A more controlling deck. If I'm playing counter magic, I'm going to be really happy in this deck. So what else do we have? Might of the Masses. That's insane if you can attack with Ocarina Assassin and anything else, and then play Might of the Masses on it. It's the only super cheap trick here that can add like +4/+4, so I'll grab that. Deck is still looking kind of funny here. Disdainful Stroke might be an option, or another Golgari Guildgate. I'll grab the Guildgate. It looks like that's the direction we're headed with these first few cards. Urban Utopia might be fine. I like the Vernati Shieldmate. Yeah, get that. Ooh, I really like this Burglar Rat. I just want a deck full of Burglar Rats. Especially in Golgari, but really any black deck. I'd be happy to have it. There's Vigor Spore Worm. Sure. That's one that'll, be great to put on top with our surveilling. And then it's a pump for the Ocarina Assassin. Give this Vigilance and +4/+4. Like, you just kill all their stuff. Or just win that turn. Recluse might be decent. Another Shield Maid is probably good. And then Portcullis Vine to sacrifice. Not sure about this one. I might just take Recluse because we can definitely win the late game with something like the Whisperer. Oh, and it gets really nice with the Uprising. Seldom do they have 4 power in play, and you can just kill their, usually their best thing with a Recluse, and all your stuff gets Vigilance for a turn, or rather Death Touch, and you can attack in. Another Shield Mate. Yeah, not a bad start here. Certainly Sultai is an option, and certainly Abzan is an option. Destroy all creatures with converted mana cost 3 or less. Is that the perfect thing to do when you have Doom Whisperer? Probably. And then Crawl Swarm. I really like Crawl Swarm. The rest of the pack is a little underwhelming for what we're doing, but I'll take the Wrath here. Alright, Hired Poisoner. We can start looking for more interesting cards, like what is this Concoct? Surveil 3, return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield, or just gain control of something. If we have a very light blue splash, this card is still playable, and I'll grab it here. I mean, the fact that we can get back Doom Whisperer is just way too powerful. Far too powerful. Disdainful Stroke, I'm kind of looking at that. Lawless Troll is not the way we want to win, although it's kind of funny if you can surveil away a bunch of creatures. I might take another Undercity Uprising and then play a really weird Golgari deck with a bunch of Recluses and all kinds of nonsense. Yeah, the Recluse could wheel. I really do like the Centipede. And I'm gonna, ooh, another Might of Masses. That might be worth a pick here, worth another look. Yeah, you know, all of this stuff might wheel, it's kind of replaceable. I'll go with another Might of Masses. Because who knows? Prey Upon, not exactly what I want. I love the Sinister Sabotage. I don't think we're quite blue enough to make that work. But, you know, what's the other pick here? Golgari Guildgate? Wood Shaper? None of this is great. I'll go with the best card, and, you know, maybe it pans out, maybe it doesn't. Undercity Necrolisk. That's one that doesn't die to Ritual. And then Thoughtbound Phantasm. That goes nuts with this Doom Whisperer. I might grab that because, I mean, we picked up the counter magic. I'm not too tied to any of these green cards yet. And there's certainly time to go into a sort of a different version of the deck. And that could be a Surveil heavy deck that just survives early. Another Burglar Rat. I'm happy with that. We're seeing some Izzet stuff, some Mentor stuff, and some more fixing, but Burglar Rat's just exactly what I want to be doing, no matter which direction I go into here. Another Guildgate. Sorry, it's another Burglar Rat for me. And Never Happened. Mostly we want to be protecting our Doom Whisperer, and that could be with Never Happened. It could be with Muse Drake, which also works nicely with Ritual of Soot. Close between these two. I'll go for Never Happened. I've been very impressed with this card. Mesmerist. It does replace some of the stuff we could be doing early here. None of that needs to make the deck. And the Wand, I mean, we could build a silly deck with Wand, but I'm not too interested in trying that. Mephitic Vapors, that kills all of our guys, but maybe it's going to be good against some opposing decks as well. Drowned Secrets and Foragers. I'll go for Foragers. It gains some life. I have played a very heavy blue spell deck with the Drowned Secrets, and it worked out pretty well, but this is not that deck. Vicious Rumors, Wall of Mist. Sure. Devious Cover-Up, there we go. This coming so late means that my pivot into a heavier blue version of Sultai is really working out. Oh no. Glowspore Shaman, Hatchery Spider, and another Burglar Rat. Oh, the Burglar Rats. Is it the perfect card? Or is it the second most perfect card behind Doom Whisperer? Necrotic Wound might be okay. It pretty much kills anything. But yeah, it looks like we are going heavier blue here. The Hatchery Spider is an ice control card if you have a bunch of green permanents, which we don't really. I just want this Burglar Rat. Let's just go crazy here. And then Deadweight would be a fine card, but Crawl Swarm's nice. A late Burglar Rat that we draw can get this back from the graveyard. Let's do it. Night of Autumn. Potentially splashable. We don't have a Selesnya Guildgate yet. Is there anything else in this pack that's worth considering? Not really. Nothing I need for this deck. No blue counter magic, no black removal spell. Maybe Trooper. I'll take the Night of Autumn. Oh, another Sinister Sabotage. That's just about perfect. There's Capture Sphere, which I'd be happy with in this deck as well. But the way I see this playing out is just like really control them. Get these Burglar Rats down. They can only resolve smaller things in the early game. They may trade with the rats, and then we counter whatever they might get to in the later game. The real test of my resolve here. Do I want a 5th Burglar Rat, or do I want a first Deadly Visit? How committed am I to this Burglar Rat thing? I'll take the Visit. But I'm not happy about it. Okay, we'll get another Burglar Rat. Back where we should be. We're back in it. Yep. What else? Muse Drake number 2. I thought we had one. Maybe I picked something else over it. Muse Drake number 1 then. Muse Drake number 2. Pilfering Imp. This is a solid little card to get going. It discards anything. It can attack in early. Protects our later game stuff. It's pretty much a Burglar Imp, but we can discard anything with it. Yeah, I'll go for the Pilfering Imp here. What next? Severed Strands, discard or sacrifice Burglar Rat and then kill anything. Seems okay to me. Just as a one-of in the deck, but you could potentially have more and be happy with it. You don't want to splash for your fixing, so Urban Utopia gets a lot worse. The Painter might be okay, and the Barrier of Bones might be okay, but we don't have anything to do with it later. It just kind of dies. So, tough pick. I don't really want to splash white. We don't have enough to justify it. I'll take the Painter, just as something to do. And here's a way to splash white if we really want to. Mesmerist, don't really want that. The Recluse, number 2. Yeah, so the pivot did have its cost. We don't have that many cards that we can play here. Because what are we leaving out in blue? Nothing great. We're not really looking to play white. And then we're only looking to splash the best of the best green cards. And that means some of this stuff. I could see splashing a Might of the Masses for our Ocarina Assassin trick. We do kind of go wide. And then we probably want a couple more cards here. Because, I mean, the burglar rats are fun, but they don't win the game. Seratok. We do want something that can attack and win the game. Maybe an Undercity Uprising. It trades a rat with something. Or maybe just another Might of the Masses. What else does it trade? Not too much else. It's pretty good with Muse Drake. I wish I had one more Muse Drake. That would make this deck a bit better. Dissident. I'll play one Uprising and then go to 16 lands, I think, to play another Might of the Masses. That looks weird. But it's okay. I think this is about what we want. What a weird deck to go into, like a Sultai mouse deck. This is 16, 6, 2, 16, 6, 5. And then, 3 gates is enough to make this fine, if not great mana. Demir, that's only 5. We probably cut another green source for another blue, and potentially another black source for another blue. This is 10. As it turns out, we don't have much Surveil except for the Doom Whisperer. Yeah, we have these sabotages. So maybe the Phantasm is not quite as good, but it does sit and play early and soak up some damage. Yeah, maybe we go back into green a little more heavily. As much as I love these counter spells, maybe they're splashable, and we could do something like double Recluse, double Uprising, cut the counter magic. That's 23. And then we can play like Wild Seratok or something. Splashing blue for, or maybe not even splashing blue at all, but for the Concoct. And then a Muse Drake. And I think that's probably pretty good. Okay, let's take out Muse Drake, put in Foragers. That's 24. We'll play Guildgate only. So we'll have a Concoct. And then we don't have to mess up our mana so much. Yeah, this looks a bit better to me. So play all these guys. And just to make sure that's enough of everything, this will be 17-10. So that sounds like a 10-7 mana base. But we'll have an 11-8 mana base because of our 11-7 mana base. Yeah, and that gets our rats out early. The Might of the Masses are later. The Uprisings are later. And we have our huge combo of the Assassin plus Might of the Masses, or Assassin plus Vigor Sporeworm. And if we can protect that, then we're in great shape. I love the blue element that's possible here. Blue is very strong in this limited format, but it turns out this is just a little more focused of a deck, and I'll prefer it because of that. Cool, stay tuned for some matches with this Doom Whisperer Golgari deck. Round 1 versus Ganon CD, and our hand does not look good. But it's got 2 lands, 1 of each, and we have a lot of good cards to draw. It doesn't even have any rats. But it has a 2-for-1, It has stealing their best card. It has some good cards for later. And we draw land, which is not the worst thing we could draw. So the best draw here would be a mouse. And if it's not the mouse, then I guess we're taking a couple damage. Selesnya or Naya aggro. Looks like straight Selesnya. No gates yet. Give it flying? Oh, they just have nothing to do this turn. It's funny. I wonder if we're supposed to play the imp this turn. Sure. Sure. I doubt we'll miss with this never happened. It's possible. But I will block their Skyline Scout, because that's what's hurting us now. Forget about what's hurting us later. And then if for some reason that doesn't work, we could connive their creature. They might just tap out and play a 4/4 Vigilance this turn, tapping their scout too. Gird for battle? Oh boy. Power 2 or less, so now we can't even connive that thing. What can we do this turn? Let's try to grab something from their hand while it's not too late. Bounty of Might? Bounty of Might and Siege Worm. 4, 5, 6. Both of those hurt a lot. That's for sure. Which one can't we deal with? You know, I'm going to take Bounty of Might. We just can't deal with that. But we can kill a couple creatures. And they can't play the Siege Worm immediately. I mean, they have 1 land drop here. They hit for 3. Land is good. Land is pretty good. And then what? And then we can trade, we can... Yeah, let's just grab that Siege Worm. They drew another forest. We're still pretty far behind here. But we could concoct a... Well, if we drew our 1 source of blue, we could concoct a Doom Whisperer into play. This thing hurts a lot. Come on. 2 power flyer. That's what I want. That's what I want to get. Peacemaker. I don't mind the life we're getting from that. All our mice for the rest of the game are going to be really bad. Give this thing a boost and try to take out the Peacemaker. This 1 mana for 1/1/1 counter has been decent so far. But give that guy flying. We can still kind of 2-for-1 ourselves to kill that, also gaining some life. We'll see what happens here. The Ceratok, does that change anything? No, it doesn't change anything. It's just a good draw. Here we attack for 2. Kill the scout. Play a Ceratok. And look forward to the day when we draw a blue mana. Come on, you have to draw something small here. Okay, District Guide. We can steal that. I don't know how good that is, but it's better than nothing. Symbol of Woodshaper, another card for them to draw. Who wins this race? I guess we can always trade off our 2/2, and then we win the race. And if they play anything bigger, we can trade this newly acquired chump for it. They attack here. I'm definitely not blocking. The Burglar Rat is not good at all. And don't we have Crawl Swarm in our deck? I forget. We do have one, so I can hold this rat back. Unless they do this, so let's see. Okay, they're going to trade off 5. Does it change the clock if we play the rat? Not by much. Yeah, I'll just hold it back. And if they hold up, you know, a combat trick or an enchant creature, then we can get them. Doom Whisperer, there we go. Who's winning now? If only. Could they have pumped it? 1, 2, 3, 4. They could have pumped to trade it with the Whisperer, which is nuts. Yeah, good luck. Surveil into the perfect card here. Thanks for the extra life, Peacemaker. Well, let's see what we get. Do we need any of these things? Yes, we need both of them. Top, top. And now this turn is just glorious. Get your last card. Come on. Get it out of there. Land, maybe. Prey upon, okay. Gain some life. Swing 6. You might want to get rid of their last creature, which would be pretty much what happens when we attack with Saratok. But this is probably fine. They make a 1/1 lifelink blocker. They go to 8, they block these 2, they block these 3, they go to 2. Or the Undercity Uprising. Yeah, I think that's our best bet here. Uprising. We can fight this with their biggest thing, let's say the Champion, just to get rid of it. And then all of our stuff has Death Touch. Death Touch and Trample is pretty good with the Whisperer. Yeah. Game over, man. So the mouses did come through for us. Not by getting any value, but by not screwing it up for us, at least. Next game, they'll be great. The Mephitic Vapors is good against specifically a bunch of 1/1 tokens, and I guess 2/1 flyers or whatever. But it does kill all of our rats, so I'm not super excited about it. We'll have to see how deep they're going with that. Wow, this hand's great. It has a mouse in it and some lands, so we can cast our mouse. Oh, 2 mice! They can never come back from this. Well, 2/2, that does pretty well against mouse number 1. But they discard land. That's less pumps for you, Dissenter. Dissident? Dissenter? Whatever it is. It's not cooperating in some manner. The champion? The peacemaker. Make peace with this. And I'll just keep trading off these mice for the whatever. More lands. Okay. We could have bluffed having our Might of Masses here, but whatever. Yeah, I'll double block the Dissident with the rats, if given the option. And I pretty much just want to trade off here. They were on the play. We got 2 cards from their hand. So I'll trade my Seratok with the Peacemaker. Like, mana advantage isn't as important to me, especially since our late game does seem fairly good against them. Keep my life total high. So what are they up to? Just attacking with the Peacemaker makes sense. This is kind of funny. So they're just trying to kill us as quickly as possible, I guess. We're at 19. Ledev Guardian, a 2/4. There's our big guy. Yeah, nothing else to do here but the Seratok. That holds back their Guardian. And we could trade this with their Peacemaker. That's a Siege Worm, my goodness. But you know what's bigger than a Siege Worm? You know what's bigger than a 7/7/5/5 trample? A 5 mana 6/6 trample with flying and other insane abilities that shall not be named, but probably activated. No wonder this card is the most sought after card in this set. It's just really good. It's a really good card. I don't even know what we're looking for here. The lands are fine. Uprising, they only have 1 card in hand. How risky is it to use Uprising to kill the Siege Worm? On a scale of 1 to risky. I think this is our best chance. Let's try it. At the very least, it kills it. Yeah. And like 2 for 2 is us. But I'm not going to attack into Righteous Blow. There's just no need. There's no way they can beat us until they deal with the Whisperer. We could have attacked first, I guess. What is this attack, do you think? I'll take 3 damage. You're taking 1,000,000 damage back. Is it a Wrath for the board? This is a pretty clever attack if they have Citywide Bust, because they get an extra 3 damage in. And they only have 1 card, so it's like, what's the best possible thing they could have drawn here? Well, that's pretty good. They're going to keep their guy. We don't die, though, and that would have killed our demon. So that's probably the best possible thing they could have drawn. Painter. I still don't want to leave my Whisperer hanging here. So we'll attack with the Whisperer. Get in our extra points here. They can only do 3 to us this turn unless they have another bounty, which would 2 bounties off the top in a row. You know, there's only so much I can beat, even with my Whisperer. No attacks is fine. I'm still pretty hesitant to use my Surveils here. I mean, they might help lock the game up sooner, but at what price? At what cost? Both attacking. Now that is surprising. I guess I should use Surveil here, just to make sure we don't draw land. Like, anything but land would be fine. Tough call. I don't know what it means that they thought it would have been a decent attack with the Guardian. I have no idea what that could mean. No blocks from me, so it's not another bounty. Scary, but I'll pay to surveil that to the graveyard. Hitchclaw Recluse can come on top. It's actually really nice here. Recluse. Uprising. Choose target creature you control. Oh my gosh. I already did. I don't want to mess that up, because as buggy as this program could be, it'll kill my own Recluse. Do they have a pump? Even if they have a pump, that's fine. If we get an 8 and then another 6, it'd be really scary to attack with everything this turn, unless we have our Recluse back, which we do. So I will attack with everything, and that means they're dead next turn, unless they find like the best 2-for-1 here, like pump their guy, fight it with the Recluse, attack for 5. But I don't think that can happen in green-white. I mean, against red, you'd have to play this a little more carefully, but against a 2-4, it's probably not gonna hurt us. 3 mana, Ledev Champion. That does let them survive here. We've used both of our uprisings. It doesn't let them survive by much. Just come in there. They've got one more card in hand. I hope we're not dead. They're at 1 life. Do you think they can get us here? We could block 2 creatures. I will definitely block both, because if they have Might of the Masses, they can make a creature and then pump either one of their creatures to a 5/5. But none of that's gonna stop the Whisperer from killing them next turn, so it's just so easy to block 1 on each here. And then obviously we make this block, because if they do have nothing, at least we kill a creature. Pax Favor, I mean, yeah, no problem. Your stuff lives. Even if they have Fog, we probably win here. Oh, they're just out of stuff, okay. Nice, on to the next match. Round 2 versus Wizards of the Coast, the week that was. I think that's some kind of article, although you can't really tell, because Wizards doesn't really do a good job of making their articles visible or in any organized fashion. It's pretty hard to get information about what's going on. The only way I hear anything is from like other people tweeting about it, and it's so inconsistent. Like, oh, here's an article I found about when the events are that are coming up. But if you tried to search for it yourself, it's a little more difficult. Anyway, I'm sure they had good articles. Whoa, what is going on here? 5-color nonsense. You know what's good against 5-color nonsense? The good old burglar rat. because every card in their hand is important. Every land they have. Oh, just regular forest. I guess that's the least important thing. Another forest. Peacemaker. I've drafted this deck before. You get as many Peacemakers as you can, and then just all the guild gates, and then you just go nuts. You just go nuts. Do whatever you want. I didn't trophy with it, but it did seem good. I had some very close match with it. Blue, I just wanted to get a blocker here. Yeah, glaive, that's a nice payoff. Swarm, we can keep ticking up here. We can make them discard more stuff. Now we can triple block the the Peacemaker. This gives Menace, +2/+0, and Vigilance. Or if they play another gate, +3/+0. Looks like they're equipping. And if their last card is like Shock, I guess they're in good shape. But yeah, it can't be anything in blue or red for 1 mana. Nothing I know about. So if they left green open, that might have made me pause there. Oh, now we have our Might of the Masses up. So we're in good shape, but I'll still just play the Ceratok here. We can't attack, they can't attack. And then we can attack back. So what's the other option? Hold Might of the Masses up forever. Muse Drake. That's a nice one with Glaive of the Guild Pact. Unfortunately, it's not going to be that nice. Burglar Rat, my favorite. This is my favorite. You're my favorite, Burglar Rat. Did you know that? Now you do. Deadly Visit? Cool. Alright, get in there, Ceratok. I don't mind trading this with either creature. Not that we can trade it with Muse Drake, but you know what I mean. But then I want the Might of the Masses back to pump our Recluse +4/+4. Not even the Glaive. Oh, wait! We just can't block. We don't have enough flyers. Maybe I should have saved that. Well, whatever. We can attack out and it'll look like we're chump attacking, but we'll just pump whatever they block. Or if honestly, if we draw untapped land, we'll probably just Deadly Visit that Drake. Just give it a nice and Deadly Visit. How about that? +4/+4. The funny thing here would be if they had their own Might of the Masses, or God forbid a Righteous Blow with their only white source. Let's go for it. I think we go for it here. Maybe no blocks. Yeah, not blocking the Recluse, that's funny. Okay. +4/+4. Don't Righteous Blow. Nice. Even Might of the Masses would just trade, so that's pretty good. Come on, you mice. Of mice and men. Okay, another Muse Drake. Oh, a Watcher in the Mist. And then what do we do? Then what? Then Maybe Deadly Visit or Crawl Swarm. Deadly Visit's nice. Maybe just Doom Whisper, drive this home. Severed Strands. Yeah, tell you what, let's just play Doom Whisper and say deal with it. And they can say, okay, I'll equip my Glaive by spending half my turn's mana and attack for 6. And I'll say fair. That's all well and good. And I'll trade my mouse with your 3/4. Yeah, there's the Glaive, and it's now a 7/4. Just take it here. Yeah, 7 doesn't kill us. We'll attack back for way more than that, unless they have some counter magic. Dawn of Hope. Oh boy. So I'm pretty sure we can beat that, but it's going to gum up the ground for a while. Deadly Visit. Graveyard. Graveyard. Swing away. While we can attack on the ground. I definitely want to. And the Glaive of the Guild Pact, getting on a soldier every turn sounds bad. Attacking for, 5 vigilance, lifelink every turn. It's a little rough. They can't do it here, though. They spent the extra thing to draw a card. But we're just going to have that card discarded. Boros Guildgate. Severed Strands. Swing for a bunch. You thought massing gates was the right play? No, you got it backwards. It's massing burglar rats. They're dead in the air here. No matter how many Dawn of Hope tokens they make. Only one, apparently. They only have one white source. Okay. Where's that land destruction? Mephitic Vapors might be good here. Although, I still think it's not. What is good? Night of Autumn. Night of Autumn's going to be good. Let's bring that in and splash it off of one extra white source. Cutting. We can't cut a burglar rat, that's blasphemy. We could cut Connive. That card doesn't make any sense in this matchup. I mean, it steals a 1/3 Drake before they equip it. Now we don't need the Guild Gate. Perfect. Still a good card. Like, it's probably worth it to have the other part of it. That's probably a bad cut. Shoot. Submit 41 cards. They're not milling me. No way. I don't know what to cut here. It's not going to be Might. It's not going to be... I think Seratok's good enough here. The Painter's not amazing. All the discard's pretty good because their hands are going to be nuts. The Recluses are good because they have the flying. Maybe the Painter. Yeah. It's going to be a surprising card, but I think everything else is better. Okay. All right, is this a good hand? Well, what's our bar? Lands and mice. Yep. Check, check. They're down to 6. unfortunate. I mean, they have so many gates that it's tough for them to get not the right kind of lands. But the rats are just going to punish a mulligan on the play like crazy. Mouse number 1. They could have just resolved something good here, and then we get pretty far behind. Like the 3/3 that gains 4 life, we don't have an easy way to deal with that right away. We don't have any way to deal with it right away. So we need to draw land or another rat. I would take a 3rd rat. And then once we can trade 3 rats off, we can gain 3 life back. We can attack for +3/+3 in vigilance. Tough to have to discard this early. They must have known that this was an option, though. I'm surprised they weren't thinking about it. We have we showed them so many rats last game. Artful Takedown is discarded. They must have a good hand. It doesn't really deal with much that we have here. I mean, I guess it kills the worm and the foragers. Good mouse. Checking out how good their hand might have been. They put a card on the bottom, and they eventually play a guild gate here. Hopefully this isn't the equipment, because that card is like how their deck works at all. Ah, just a 2/2. So that's ideal. They've got our upkeep. Play a mouse. Exactly what they wanted to see, I'm sure. Knight of Autumn's gone. We have a Knight of Autumn. Everybody has Knights of Autumn. That was a quick discard, so I wonder what they have that's going to be any better. Guild Summit draws 1, and then every gate they play will draw another. That's a fun card. I'm glad we put that Knight of Autumn in. Yeah, don't attack into this. That's not a good idea. Maybe it is, I don't know. Who am I to say? Either way, it's like one of the few creatures we can steal, so I'll grab it. Hey, I can even pump it. My creature. And then next turn, well, we have a couple mediocre 5-drops. Peacemaker comes down, can't steal that one. Never happened. What are we afraid of here? I think they're the player who needs to be afraid of us. Dissident comes in. We can whisper through our entire deck to kill them next turn. Wait, does that work? Hold on. They're playing another Preserver, or a Peacemaker. I don't think it works. It only pumps 1 for each creature, and we don't have 20 creatures in our deck, so the idea would be to hit land this next turn. They just don't have much left. I will use it a couple times, though. Okay. Graveyard Ceratok, top Burglar Rat. Pass. This is just going to be so bad for them. Never happened. Doesn't matter what we get, because we discard the last one to a Burglar Rat. It even rhymes. Burglar Rats. Doing it. If they attack with both, I'll triple block 1 with Burglar Rats. Seems good. Dawn of Hope. See if we can get Burglar Rat, Graveyard, Graveyard. Undercity Uprising. Does that do anything? Yeah. Let's go top swamp, top uprising, and then we have our next few turns more or less planned out. Good chance to kill one of these guys, and then a good chance to attack with everybody, since they all have death touch. And, you know, what are they going to do? Attack back for 3? That's no big deal. They can kill a 2/2. 9. Too bad they're not killing one of our creatures. But this is the time when we get them low enough that Vigor Spore Worm could be lethal in the air. They're at 9. It's already lethal in the air. 3 creatures, that's 9. They draw a card off the summit. But we know what's on top, so we don't need to surveil away to find land. We have a swamp on top. Cool. What could their top card be? Draw this. I'm not going to tempt fate here. The only cards that would stop this from killing them this turn okay, that does it. Awesome. Doom Whisper, I mean, this card's unbeatable, but the real MVP, once again, has to go to our set of rats here. In the finals, against an opponent on the play, mulliganing to 6. This is Poogaloo, and we have lands and rats. And more discard. So take their worst cards, take their best card, and at the end of that, they shouldn't have any cards. Dimir, though, that might be a scary matchup. They did scry to the top, surveil to the top. Well, scry to the top, yeah. Both surveil and scry in this format, since you can always get your scry by mulliganing. Yeah, that's an extra land. They still find plenty of lands. Thought Erasure, oh no! Don't take my rat. Don't take my rat. Yeah, they take my rat. But we'll probably take their next guy. We get another rat. Didn't we take that? Didn't we take that card? You tried. Where did they... Okay, they surveilled another land away. Get our attacks in here. They could have the 3/2 flash. They always do. So that's a thing. But, you know, at least we get 1 damage in. They always do have it. Even if they mulligan and you discard half their hand, they still have it. Muse Drake. They're back in business and we don't have much left. Nice. So that'll count. That'll play. Shred their hand up a little more. Hopefully there's like 1 land left. What's up with these severed strands? Those don't make any sense. Sure. At least we know their hand is bad. But it's funny they would keep those. I'm happy enough just double blocking here. We've done enough shredding of their hand that this should be fine. No attacks from them. Attack doesn't do anything from them. Whatever. Uprising. Swing 1. They have another Whisper Agent. They already played one. They have no cards left in their hand. They probably have another one. That would be really bad for us. Fortunately, they didn't this time. They have a Severed Strands in their hand. They might be holding up a bunch of counter magic. We can't do anything, so that helps play around counter magic. I'm looking forward to this worm, although if all it can do is get countered, that's not great. Hopefully they tap out for something that doesn't surveil them too many times. Land. All right, we'll try it. Nothing else going on here. Oh, wow. Vigilance, 5 damage. They probably have 4 Severed Strands in their hand. We discarded one of them. And they're using 2-for-1ing themselves to get that going. That's fine. They even gain 2 off that. So how many 2-for-1s can you suffer before conceding? And they're still in it. I mean, our hand's not great, but they just didn't have a good opening hand. They had to discard a lot of cards, and they didn't draw super well. So that'll finish it up. Yeah, I still like the way our deck is operating. Oh no, I don't like the way our deck is operating anymore. I might still keep this. No, I should mulligan. We need another land. Okay, this could be better. Keep. Could always draw a rat. Lands are even better. I don't want to see them taking our Doom Whisperer. We'd still have one way to get it back. No mouse this game? You'd think we weren't running 5 in our deck. That's okay. We do have Ritual of Soot, so I kind of would rather have all 5 mouses or my 1 Ritual of Soot. Like maybe they play another thing here, and I'm happy with the 2-for-1 we'd get. I don't think I'd fire Soot off just to kill this one. That's perfect. That is just in time. It was either that or the 1/3 Drake, and thank goodness it was the 3 mana card there. There's the Drake. Yeah, they might have had it in their hand too. Decided to get greedy with it. Yeah, the rat will be good later. Let's get down the card that they could potentially counter and that does attack them now. Price of Fame. He's too famous, this Wild Ceratok. Yeah, it's probably the most famous card in our hand. Ooh, you know what else is famous? Or infamous, rather? These Burglar Rats. They're saving all their lands to discard to our Burglar Rats. Because they know the Burglar Rats don't mess around. Had enough yet? They even discarded a Burglar Rat to Burglar Rat. Severed Strands, no problem. Now that's their answer to Whisperer. Good blockers for the rats. Let's not attack. Let's not do anything. I don't feel like doing anything here. I do feel like drawing land. I feel like that would be good eventually. Aha! We did it. What is getting counter? Let's get this thing out there. They can counter it. no problem. If they don't counter it, that's pretty good. If they do counter it, well, that's one less counterspell for the Doom Whisperer. Heck, I'll even play the Vigor Spore Worm here. Oh no. 6 mana, 3/3. We're going to spend less mana for something twice as big and far, far more powerful. Hold on. Hey! Guess what? You just tapped out against a Doom Whisperer. How do you feel? I feel great. Don't kill it. No. They had another Price of Fame? Their deck is awesome. Okay, this won't stand. We have to find the way to get it back. We have to find the way. Get out of here, lands. We're just drawing 4 cards with it. 4. If we go to 9, we can survive 2 turns. Whatever. 1 more. Moodmark Painter? Do we want Moodmark Painter? No. We don't. Alright, that's enough. I don't want to get on a 2-turn clock here. Even though it's not, we can still Deadly Visit the Gargoyle and Surveil some more. Let's see if they attack with both, probably. Yeah. They've got 1 card in hand. Severed Strands is really good. I'm not going to use it yet. Get rid of this 3/3. The 3/3 that I was making fun of and that's going to kill us in 2 turns. Uprising. Graveyard, Graveyard. It's not the card I'm looking for. We can do better. Oh, What if they have the 3/2 that they always have? Nope. We still don't lose immediately. It's funny, they still win this race. What's our undergrowth count? I wish we just had that count somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Vigor Spore Worm. It's a Vigor Spore Worm time. Okay. Attack with these 2. Take a big hit. Their Poisoner's not great against us. I might just sacrifice our own worm to kill their Drake. Burglar Rat. Yes, please. Discard an island. Let's do that right away. Severed Strands, this, discarding, sacrificing this. If they counter this, that's very bad for us. But no, we gain some life. We kill the only thing hurting us. And we can attack in for 1 or 2 damage. Awesome. Now, any big threat they play, we have an answer to right away. And if they don't play anything, then we win. We win the draft. Doom Whisperer, Burglar Rats. Try it out. And good luck in your drafts.